Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Unfog with Dr. Parveen. Friends, let us continue with the HSTR 2015 PM method question paper. We have been solving the physics questions in last 3 lectures and this is the 4th part of this question paper solving session. We really hope that you are watching these classes completely with the full focus because we are giving you an idea about what can we expect this time while solving these questions. We are also discussing everything in detail related to not only the questions but also about the options given in that particular question. So please take these classes seriously and also share these classes with your friends who are aspiring to be teachers, and these classes are going to help all the competitive exams like TET, GPSTR, HSTR, KREIS, and also some questions will surely help in KSET as well. Before starting the class, I want to remind you all to subscribe to this channel, and also you can join our Telegram channel and Telegram group. You will get the link in the description below this video. Our Telegram group is an interactive group where you can discuss your doubts and you can also directly stay in contact with us through that group. So if you have not joined the group, you can join now. So on this note, let us start with today's questions. First question number 31. Two bodies of mass m1 and m2 separated by a distance d, then the gravitational force of attraction between them is given by. If you see the options, something will click in your mind that it is related to our chapter gravity. Here they are talking about the Newton's law of gravitation, which states that the gravitational force of attraction between the two masses m1 and m2 is directly proportional to product of their masses, that is m1 into m2, and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. So the distance between the two masses is d here, right? And it is inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. If you combine these both things, that the gravitational force is proportional to m1 into m2 and it is inversely proportional to square of the distance between them, then you will get this formula: F is proportional to m1 m2 by t square. And if you remove the proportional symbol, you can introduce a proportionality constant here, which we call as G, capital G. It is known as gravitational constant. So this formula is F is equal to G into m1 m2 upon d square. So option 4 will be the correct answer here. Don't get confused with option 2. It is a Coulomb's law actually. Okay. We can expect the value of gravitational constant question this time. So what is the value of gravitational constant? You have to remember this. This is very, very important. In fact, you can expect this question in TET and GPSTR also. The value is 6.67 into 10 to the minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. The units are also very important for this value of gravitational constant. Okay, clear, right? Next, question number 32. The weight of the body on the surface of the earth is 98 kg. Weight of the body on the surface of the earth is 98 kg. And the weight of that body only on the surface of the moon, it is 16.2 kg. Acceleration due to gravity on earth, we already know it is 9.8 meter per second square. Let it be GE. Okay, we have to find the value of acceleration due to gravity on surface of the moon. This we have to find. Now we know a very simple formula that weight is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity. It is same like force is equal to mass into acceleration. Okay, so now because we have to find GM, let us write a WM is equal to M into GM, right? Like that only WE will be equal to M into GE, right? But because we have to find GM, let me write it like this. If I write GM by GE, this is going to cancel, right? In the ratio, I will have WM by WE, right? So I will have GM now is equal to WM by WE into GE. So this was GE, right? So GE. Now this is equal to what is WM? They have given in the question only, it is 16.2, and WE, that is weight of the body on the earth, is 98, and acceleration due to gravity will be 9.8. So this will be equal to 16.2 by 98 into 98 by 10, right? So if I remove the decimal point, I get like this, right? So my gravity, acceleration due to gravity on moon will be equal to 1.62 meter per second square. So my option 2 will be the correct answer here. Now there is another conclusion here. What is that conclusion? See, weight on the moon will be equal to 1/6 of weight on the earth, and acceleration due to gravity on moon also will be equal to 1/6 of acceleration due to gravity on earth. Why? Because see here, gm by ge will be equal to 1/6, right? Only this much if I do, this will be equal to approximately equal to 1/6, right? So what will be gm then? It will be 1/6 of ge. Same thing will be for weight on the moon upon weight on the earth. Okay, so weight on the moon will be equal to 1/6 of a weight on the earth for that particular body. Okay, you have to calculate by yourself whether you also getting this for weight on moon and on earth, and you have to write in the comment section. Okay, next question number 33. On which of the following factor the moment of inertia of a body does not depend? See, moment of inertia is actually, you can compare it with the mass when you compare to the linear motion. Moment of inertia is actually the concept of a rotational motion. Moment of inertia is equal to, I is equal to m into r square. R is the distance from axis of rotation. So what are the things on which the moment of inertia depends? With this formula only I can say that moment of inertia depends on the mass. It also depends on how the mass is distributed, and it depends on the axis of rotation. This axis of rotation gives the position and orientation of that body, right? So these are the three things on which the moment of inertia is depending. Now if you see the options, different orientation of axis, yes, it is from axis of rotation. Moment of inertia depends on it. Nature of distribution of mass, yes, it depends. Angular velocity, this is not there in our formula, right? So in the question they are asking that moment of inertia of a body does not depend. So correct answer is angular velocity. Then fourth one is axis of rotation. That is, of course, it is directly proportional to square of the axis of rotation. Okay, so you have to remember these three important points on which the moment of inertia is depending. Next, question number 34. A straight bimetallic strip is made up of copper and iron. If this strip is heated to a high temperature, then it will, and they are given 4 options. In brackets for copper and for iron, they have given the value of thermal expansion. So you have to understand this concept, the linear thermal expansion. It is actually when you heat a substance, no, the particles in that substance will vibrate more, and because of that vibration those particles will move very slightly apart. Because of that, no, the length of that particular object which you have heated, no, that length will increase. This phenomena we call it as this property we call it as a linear thermal expansion. Alpha, the coefficient of linear expansion. So here, as they have given for copper, they have given 1.62, and for iron they are given 1.2. So obviously copper thermal expansion is greater than iron thermal expansion. So with that you have to choose the correct answer from the 4 options. Now see, if the thermal expansion is more for copper, then obviously copper will increase more, right? The length of the copper will increase more when you compare with the iron, right? So if you see the option, bend with iron on the outer side, that bimetallic strip they are telling, remains in a straight condition, this is not possible. Be twisted to helix, this is also not possible. Bend with copper on the outer side. You have to choose between option 1 and option 4 now. Because the thermal expansion is more for copper, the copper will be on the outer side. because its thermal expansion is more. So that's why option 4 will be the correct answer here. Okay, and this see, delta L is actually the increase in the length. This is equal to the product of coefficient of linear expansion, then the original length of that particular strip, and then rise in temperature delta T. Okay, so these are the three criteria. If you take the product, you will get to know the increase in the length of the strip. Okay, clear, right? So if you understand the concept, then only you can give the correct answer. This option 1 is wrong here because outside copper will be there, not iron. Okay. Next, question number 35. Which one of the following is not the part of petrol engine? Actually, piston, carburetor, spark plug, all these you must have heard in your bike also, the names of the parts of the bike. But fuel injection pump, it is actually from the diesel engine, not from the petrol engine. Actually, petrol engines, they use a spark plug to ignite fuel. But diesel engines, they use fuel injection pump to ignite the fuel. Okay, so you have to understand that piston is actually the moving part of the engine. Carburetor means it is a device which is used to mix air and petrol. And the spark plug, no, it will ignite the petrol and the air mixture. It will actually produce the spark. But fuel injection pump is actually belonging to the diesel engine. Okay. Next, question number 36. The relation between escape velocity and orbital velocity of the Earth is. So this is a very important question. We have seen this question in GPSTR also. You can expect in HSTR this time and KREIS also. Okay. Of course, you can expect in TET also, Karnataka TET. Okay. There are two concepts when we talk about the satellites. Escape velocity and orbital velocity. What is escape velocity? Means it is the minimum velocity which the satellite needs or the object needs to escape from the gravitational field of the planet. You can understand by seeing the figure here. That is the escape velocity. Whereas orbital velocity means it is the minimum velocity required for a satellite to revolve around the planet in the circular orbit. So in escape velocity, the word escape only is there because the object wants to escape from the orbit of the planet, and the minimum velocity needed for it to do that is the escape velocity. Orbital velocity is the minimum velocity required for that satellite to stay and revolve around that planet in a circular orbit. Now talking about the relation between these two, actually orbital velocity is equal to escape velocity by square root of 2. But this is not there in any of the options given. But we have this escape velocity is equal to orbital velocity into root 2. So option 4 will be the correct answer here. Okay, clear, right? So these type of questions, no, you should not see options. You will get confused. You should first find out the answer, then match the option with your answer. Okay. Next, question number 37. The optical fibers work under the principle of, the four options are refraction, dispersion, polarization and total internal reflection. See, actually you have to understand all the four concepts given here because you can expect any question from any topic from this question. Okay, so what is refraction? It is the process of bending of light. What is dispersion? It is the splitting of white light into waveguide. What is interference? It is overlapping of light waves, or you can say superposition also. Total internal reflection means there is a complete reflection of light when the light travels from a denser medium to a rarer medium. At that time the light strikes the boundary at an angle which is greater than the critical angle. At that time the total internal reflection happens. Okay, so you can see the figure and you can easily understand about the concept of the total internal reflection. And these optical fibers, no, in this also total internal reflection only happens like this, right? So option 4 will be the correct answer here. Next, question number 38. This is also a very important question. We can expect this in any CET, GPSTR also, KREIS also and in TET also. In the given figure, M1 and M2 are the plane mirrors. The angle between them, that is theta, is 60 degree. The number of images of the object A formed are. So we have this famous formula to find the number of images of that object, which is equal to 360 by theta minus 1. So we have 360 by, what is theta? 60 minus 1. So this will be equal to 6 minus 1, and our answer is 5. Option 3 will be the correct answer. In this also some cases are there. If this 360 upon theta, if it is even, like here it was even, right, then you use this formula. But if it is odd, no, then you only use this formula, 360 by theta. That's all. Okay. Now this concept, no, we have explained in our paid classes also for HSTR and GPSTR also. We have also discussed this in the free classes also. If you don't know, you have to understand this, that if this part is even, then you use this formula. Or if it is odd, then you use this formula. Okay, clear, right? And this is a must question. You can expect this time. Next, question number 39. The type of mirror used by the dental surgeons as inspection mirrors to view the dental cavities is. See the options. In the question they are telling mirror, right? Plane mirror, so obviously will not be there. Plano-convex mirror, nothing such is there, because plano-convex comes into the concept of lens. Now remaining are concave mirror and convex mirror. Here you should understand that in a concave mirror, if you keep the image near the mirror, then you will get the enlarged image. And in a convex mirror, you will get the diminished image. So that's why what is the mirror that the dental cavities can be viewed? So the dental surgeon should use a concave mirror. You have to remember this type of application based concepts and examples, because some questions will be application based in your question paper. Okay, I am talking about HSTR also, GPSTR also, and KREIS also. Okay. Question number 40. If the temperature of a black body is doubled, then the amount of heat radiations emitted by it per second is. In this type of questions also, you should not go for the options. First understand the question. Here they are talking about the Stefan-Boltzmann law. They talk about the black body here. The total energy radiated per second per unit area by that black body is actually directly proportional to fourth power of its absolute temperature. With this, now you can find out the answer. Here they are telling that the temperature of the black body is doubled. So in place of T, what you have to write? You should write 2T to the power 4, right? So this is going to be equal to 16T to the power 4. So its original was 1, means when the temperature is doubled, then the amount of heat radiation emitted it per second will be equal to 16 times more than the original one, or increases by 16 times. So option 2 will be the correct answer here. So this completes your physics part of the question paper. In these 4 classes, we have discussed all the 40 questions in depth, and we have also told you what can be expected in the upcoming examination. Some aspirants might have found some questions difficult in this class. That is only because you have not watched our classes. If you are a paid class aspirant, and if you are not a paid class aspirant, then please go for the PUC textbooks. You will get idea about many of the concepts from this class. Okay. So I really hope that this class helps you. If you have any doubt, then please feel free to write in the comment section, and you can also talk to us in our Telegram group. Thank you. All the best. Bye.